Hey guys, D-Saul back in the Nerd Cave with my August 2021 Blu-ray pickups video. Definitely super late this month. It's well into September. As I'm recording this, it is the 10th of September. So pretty late this month, a lot going on, but had to jump in and do this video. So let's just get right to it. Pretty decent month. I know we're going into the fall, and there's supposed to be some amazing releases coming out over the next several months. But like I said, not a bad pickups this month. We're going to start off with something a little different. I was on vacation, and I found myself in one of these kind of retro type toy stores, and I picked up a couple things. And, I haven't really picked up toys in a while, but there's just two things that I went in to pick up some stuff for my son, and then I just kind of couldn't resist these two items. So there we go. First one up is one of these reaction figures, one of these kind of like retro type figures, and it's Teen Wolf Scott Howard in his varsity basketball uniform. Definitely one of my favorite movies of childhood. This was a decent price, so when I picked it up, there was also one where he was wearing his jacket, but and the headphones and stuff. But I picked this one up. This is kind of more of the classic one, so went and picked that one up. And next thing I did pick up, I think it's a decent price. Who knows? I'm not really into I haven't really picked up Pops in a while. But this is a Masters of the Universe one, and it is Prince Adam. I pretty much quit Pops cold turkey a couple years ago. I had subscriptions. I was getting them every month. Everywhere I went, I'd look for exclusives. And then I just stopped. Now I just kind of pick things up that I think I might want to get signed, some of the horror things. And then I saw this Masters of the Universe. I have a bunch of them. I have kind of some from the first and second waves. Haven't really picked up any of the new ones. But I did see this one, and the woman who owned the store grabbed one. And it was kind of beat up, and I was like, nah, no thanks. And then all of a sudden she came back with this one, which is in pretty good condition. So here's a couple of the other figures from this wave. They also had the He-Man one, and they had the Sorceress. I was definitely tempted to pick others up, but I held back and just got those two. So those are the figures that I picked up. And let's get into the Blu-rays. So hopefully you saw this video, but as you know, I did take a trip over with my brother-in-law Jim to the Archive, which is the home of Vinegar Syndrome, and they're located in Bridgeport, Connecticut. We were going to go to the Monster Mania convention, which actually was on Friday the 13th in August, and went through that weekend. And last minute, we just kind of decided not to do it. Maybe we just weren't ready to go to a kind of a big convention like that. We're definitely bummed out, but listen, we were able. He was able to resell the tickets to people who I guess weren't able to go, which is good. We didn't waste them. We were able to sell them to people who wanted to go. So we were happy to do that. But we were definitely bummed. And we said to ourselves, what's one of the things that we like doing most at Monster Mania? And of course, it's to go to the Vinegar Syndrome table, right? And pick up some titles. So we looked, and we're about 2 hours away from the Archive in Connecticut. So we decided to do a road trip, which is pretty fun. So that's what we did. So I went to the Archive with Jim and I, and I will leave a link in the description below to that video. I did two videos. One was a walkthrough video of the Archive, which is awesome. I did pick up a lot of things. I could have picked up a lot more. Which is good because I could have picked up half of that store. So, but we kind of justified it because we probably would have spent a lot more at the convention. We kind of did the math and realized, wow, we're saving a ton. So let's go and pick up a ton of movies. So I'll just run through them. But again, I'll leave a link in the description below to those videos, as well as a podcast that Jim does, where we just kind of walk through kind of like our decision making of why we didn't go to Monster Mania and our road trip and stuff like that. So Anyway, enough talking. Let's jump into it. First thing I picked up at the archive was Synapse's release of Street Trash. Saw this for the first time, I guess earlier this year. It was was it on Shudder? I think it was on Shudder. I think it was on The Last Drive-In. So we watched that. Or at least I watched that, and yeah, saw this for a pretty decent release. Here is some of the artwork inside, and it comes with some stickers of Viper, which is the alcohol in that movie, and some booklet of their releases, and there's the artwork inside. So definitely glad to pick that one up. Next one is a movie that I haven't seen yet. This was in their kind of used section, and for $10, it was 10 Minutes to Midnight. Heard pretty good things about it. I haven't watched it yet. And next one is the original Punisher movie. This is an Umbrella release, so it's a Region B release. This is the original Punisher, and if you've seen this one with Dolph Lundgren back in the 80s, listen, Thomas Jane was pretty good, but Dolph Lundgren was my Punisher as a kid. The thing that kind of annoyed me about this movie, though, was that he never actually had the skull on his chest in the movie. The only thing, I think he had a skull on like a knife. But that's okay. Glad to have a Blu-ray copy of that. Next one up is a Scream Factory release, Nosferatu. This is also in the used section, so this is probably like maybe $10. A little bit about the movie, some of the special features. And the alternate artwork is just very similar. It's just white or black, so I'm sticking with the black. And next one, this one was a little pricey, but not too bad. It's a Shout Select. It's actually number 1 in the series, and it's the Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai across the 8th dimension. I've actually never seen this, so I was happy to pick this up. Comes with a slip, which is pretty nice. Here's a little bit about the film and the special features. And of course, I switched it over to the original artwork. This was also in the used section, but like I said, it was in pretty decent condition. And that's another thing, guys. If you ever go to the store, they do buy movies, right? So they do, if you wanted to sell any of your collection, they do buy them. They do not repurchase Vinegar Syndrome movies, though. So I did ask them about that. They do not do that. Okay, a couple other things. 2-hour releases, 4K editions. Again, you know, this is something that I was not on the fence, but I don't know if I was going to pick it up right away. And this actually was prior to it actually coming out, like on Amazon. This is pre-release, so I don't know if they just had it early and put it out there. But it's the bird with the crystal plumage and the cat o' nine tails. So I haven't opened this one up yet. But here's a little bit about the film and some of the special features. If you want to pause that. And this one I did open, Cat o' Nine Tails, Dario Argento. Again, here's some information. Pause that. I did crack this one open. I know you can, I believe it's this one where they had a limited release, more limited than this with the original artwork. When I moved the original artwork, I switched it over to this for the disc, for the Amaray. And of course, it comes with your art cards. I'm sure you've seen unboxings of this. Booklet. And of course, your poster. And of course, I can't be at the archive without picking up some Vinegar Syndrome titles. First one up is actually one of their partner releases, and it's Dani's Bar Mitzvah. I had to get this one. I mean, the cover alone. So it's, seriously, I'm actually trying to pull it out from here. This is just a slip cover. Okay. Here you go, Dani's Bar Mitzvah. And again, this is one of their partner labels, I believe. A little bit about the movie. I mean, it just looks crazy. Dani's Bar Mitzvah. There we go. And the inside. It's pretty cool. And I'm gonna destroy this, I swear. Come on, you hear that? There we go. I swear, it's only when I'm doing these videos when I can never get the movies back in the slip. Next one up is a Vinegar Syndrome release, and it's All American Murder with Christopher Walken. Really cool artwork. Look at that. Haven't opened it yet. Here's a little bit about the movie, if you can see that. Special features. You know, these are all things I probably would have waited on for the next sale. But being there, having it right in front of you, I mean, it's hard to not grab it. Next one up is a VSA title, number 15, and it's Champagne and Bullets. Another one that I was going to pick up during the Halfway to Black Friday sale, but I decided to wait for the next sale when it was some, you know, when it was kind of a discount. But again, it was right there in front of me. Had to grab it. I believe it's also known as Getavin. Have not seen it yet. Wow, it was hard to get out, as usual. A little bit about the film with the special features, if you want to pause that. I believe that this is down to under 1,000. There was a post about that. I think they're below 1,000 at this point. So if you haven't jumped on that yet, I'd say do so. It probably won't. It'll probably make it to the next sale. I don't know if it'll make it past that. And last one up is something, again, I wanted to really pick up at the Halfway to Black Friday sale and didn't. And it's the Scanner Cop 2 collection on 4K. Here we go. Really great artwork on that. And of course, I'm sure you've seen many unboxings of this, but you have this outside hard case, and then you have the two movies in their own individual slips. Here's the first Scanner Cut. A little bit about the film. If you want to pause that. And Scanner Cop 2. Yeah, it's really nice. The way the eyes shine looks pretty cool. And here is the description with special features. Another one I was going to wait on, but again, like I said, I couldn't help myself. I was there. I had to pick up some Vinegar Syndrome titles being at their store. And I'm definitely going to go again. In fact, you know, I know there's an option during the sales to pick up directly from the store. And I might do that. I might do that next time. Next time there's that sale, I might take that option. Okay, next one up, and I'll leave a link in the description below to this as well. I recently did a video on these, and this is the Severin sale pickups that recently came in. First one is a DVD. It's an Intervision release. I don't know much about it. The trailer looked pretty good, and it's Beyond the Seventh Door. Next one up is the Andy Warhol Presents Blood for Dracula. And again, if you just take a look at the last video where I did an unboxing, I kind of went into this in more detail. And next one, I'll have to cover this a little bit, is Massacre in Dinosaur Valley, which may not have actual dinosaurs in it. I haven't watched it yet. And last but definitely not least is Cruel Jaws. And as you know, there's some controversy over this one. Severin has stopped releasing this, I think because of issues with Universal, clearly because I think this movie essentially takes scenes from Jaws, apparently. I haven't opened this yet. Here's some of the information. If you do really want to see it, I think it is on YouTube for free if you really wanted to watch it. And those are my Severin pickups. Next, we'll move on to... what are we going to do next? Let's do Amazon. Just 2 pickups from Amazon. First one up, Nobody, Bob Odenkirk, right? That's his name. And from Better Call Saul. And this is a really good movie. This is one that I wanted to see in the theaters. Have not been to the theaters, so I was going to rent it, but the price was kind of high. Figured I'd wait for the physical copies. These came out pretty high, even for Blu-ray and 4K. And I'm surprised I got the slip. I didn't know there was a slip for the Blu-ray. But I got it on Amazon. It came with a slip. The price dropped pretty significantly. The 4K to $19.99, and this was $14.99. Wasn't sure if this kind of movie really needed a 4K. So I was tempted to get the 4K. It does look nicer, the slip, always, but I was happy to get this. I assumed I wasn't going to get the slip, but I did get it, so happy about that. And I did watch it, and like I said, it's pretty good. It's sort of John Wickish, of course, from the writer of John Wick. So there are definitely some similarities, but this has more humor to it, and John Wick is just kill after kill after kill. And listen, that's fun to watch. This has a little more story behind it, I would say. So definitely excited to see where that series goes if they continue it. And next one up is Vestron Video's recent release, Sundown, The Vampire Retreat, which was interesting. I actually watched this one as well. Did find some time to watch this. And here's a little bit about the movie, special features. It's interesting. It is pretty interesting, kind of funny. I feel like I need to watch it again. It's more of a comedy. Bruce Campbell's in it. David Carradine, I believe it's from 88, 80 something. What year is this? Does it say? 1990. Okay. So it's from 1990. Really, they don't have any alternate artwork there. And that was the digital code, but I already redeemed it. But yeah, it wasn't terrible. It was weird. It was definitely a 90s movie, or I guess I could have assumed it was 80s. Kind of funny, kind of crappy. I definitely a rewatch. So, and what are we up to now? Let's go into the Walmart pickup. So one random Walmart pickup. I went to Walmart and I went over to the Blu-ray DVD section, and I picked up one of their one of their crappy movies, because it's got a slip. Looked pretty interesting, and that's all it really takes, and it was pretty cheap. And it's Spare Parts, a heavy punk rock grindhouse of gore. So right there, and look at that. Pretty nice slip, and it's embossed. Let the battle begin. Know nothing about this. Total blind buy. Seemed interesting, so I picked it up. Next one up is the only Best Buy pickup, and I hadn't seen this in my Best Buy. I was actually in Philly, and went to a Best Buy there and saw it. And it's Spiral from the Book of Saw. I watched this one as well, and it's not terrible. I know a lot of people give it some crap. It's not great either. It's definitely a Saw movie. It has that Saw feel, but it also has this... You can't get rid of the comedic tone of Chris Rock. And he's also cracking a lot of jokes, so it's kind of hard not to. And it's almost like you can almost not take him seriously during some of the more serious scenes, which kind of hurts the movie a little bit. But great slipcover. These Lionsgate films pretty much always have this clear slip, which I notice a lot of people on YouTube, when they do the unboxings, they get rid of them or they show it without, which I think is kind of weird, right? Because, yeah, this is part of, I know people were talking about this. This is actually part of the artwork. I mean, it's kind of weird, right? Because I think it looks pretty good, and it's kind of like a built-in slip, it's a built-in protector. So I kind of like it. Let me know in the comments below. What do you do? Do you toss those? Do you keep them on there? And last but not least, are some pickups I got directly from Scream Factory. I may have done videos on these. If I've done videos on any of these, I'll leave them in the link below, description below. And first one up is a double feature that apparently is going out of print, which now means it's just going to end up on 4K. I don't know about this one. This is a double feature, and it's Metamorphosis and Beyond Darkness. Double feature. And here's a little bit about the movies. I watched the trailer for Metamorphosis, and it looked pretty good. Don't know too much about Beyond Darkness. But yeah, I've noticed that. Either something is going out of print at Scream Factory, it's ending up with Kino. I don't know if you've noticed that. A lot of films that have moved from Scream are now with Kino. Invasion of Body Snatchers, I think, are going over. I never picked that up. I think I have an Arrow. I think I bought the Arrow one of that. I'm looking up there now. My arrow's all the way up here. Okay, here we go. Invasion. Yeah, but it's a region B, so I don't know. I might get suckered into buying the Kino. I think it's a 4K, but either Kino's picking it up or Scream Factory themselves are re-releasing them. I just pulled the trigger and pre-ordered the Halloween set 1 through 5 4K. I shouldn't say set, but the Halloween 1 through 5 releases in 4K. It's going to be like my 5th or 6th version of Halloween. So, whatever. That's what we do in this hobby, right? Next one up is House of Wax. Collector's edition, Scream Factory. Really excited that this came out. I actually really enjoy this movie. I did see it in the theaters. This is one that whenever it's on, I always just watch it. I do enjoy it. Here is the original artwork. But I don't know if you remember, probably not. I don't know why you would. But a few months back, I did a pickup. This is sort of an upgrade. I did a pickup from Hamilton Book. And I ended up getting a 3-pack of House of Wax, Return to the House on Haunted Hill, and Ghost Ship. And I remember saying in that video, watch, Scream Factory is going to come out with House of Wax. This is the type of movie that they end up releasing. And a few months later, here we are, House of Wax. And now I have another one. And of course, since then, well, before House of Wax, a couple months ago, they released Ghost Ship. Not crazy about Ghost Ship, so I'm okay with just keeping it in this collection. I don't need to upgrade that. Return to House on Haunted Hill, I don't think that has another release. It's an unrated version, so I'm just happy to keep that. But yeah, so this is an upgrade from this. And I guess last but not least is another collector's edition from Scream Factory, and it's Stephen King's The Dead Zone. Really like this movie. Another one that I feel like as a kid was always on USA. And it's funny, I think, because USA, they had the TV show of The Dead Zone, which wasn't terrible. But this is a great movie. Didn't realize it was a David Cronenberg film until very recently. Of course, here is the original artwork. And this, very excited for this because this is an upgrade to my VHS. Maybe I should get this graded and sell it for $10,000, right? Isn't that crazy? Have you guys been watching that? People grading their VHS tapes and trying to sell them for thousands of dollars? Nuts, right? Here we go. Great movie, great Stephen King film. And that's it, guys. I think that's all we have here. Let me pan it back a little bit. Here are my pickups. Okay, that's a little better. Here are my pickups from the month of August. Let me know in the comments below, what did you pick up in August? What is your September looking like? I already picked up a couple titles and have a few more that I'm looking forward to, I should say. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe. We're almost at 250. We might actually be at almost at 250 subscribers, which is nuts because it felt like yesterday where I was just hitting 50. So really trying to do more with the channel, collaborating with Jim more in some of my videos. Listen to that podcast. He has some other good ones out there as well. Again, like, share, subscribe, and until next time, see you guys in the Nerd Cave. Almost forgot the cool stickers I got from Severin. Enjoy that. And then the archive got me some stickers. Come on, come on, come on. Here we go. There we go. Archive stickers. And here's the archive. So again, check it out. Here's the information. Here's the address. I highly recommend if you're in the area, check it out. And while we were there in Connecticut, we were hungry, and we've heard New Haven has amazing pizza. So I did something a little different. I actually went ahead and filmed eating pizza out of my trunk. So I don't know if that's going to start a new segment on this channel or not. I don't know. It was just kind of random. It was us just comparing different New Haven pizzas. Sally's and what was the other one? Pepe's. So who knows? I might put it on the channel, may not. If you guys like it, cool. Anyway, I'm rambling. See you guys later.